Hey, there we are. Welcome, everybody. Chat. Welcome, everybody, to the Plumes of Hazard. I am your illustrious, affable host, the Angstful Vapor, and here to my left is the lovely, talented, and bearded Fubaka. Thank you. Slanjava, everyone. Slange. Hello, everybody. So you will notice that there are but two of us here. Masty should be here. He may be a little delayed this evening. He's struggling. He's struggling tonight with some physical ailments that everybody can laugh about later. What?
I was gonna say I could open my Amazon package. Isn't that what the kids like watching now? Is people opening shit,
Opening shit,
wrapping because it stimulates their mind because their lives are so hard.
Right. That is indeed what's going on.
Asmar, whatever they said in Lord of the Flies or whatever that book that was in. Sucks to your Asmar.
Yeah, sucks to your Asmar.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. Back up. So Will has got a new name in chat. Motherhead has got Monty now at the moment, and he just said, "Now that's some professional introing." I thought it did okay. It wasn't so bad, was it? I think there was a little bit of dead air between the intro and starting.
I fucked up like the first bar of the Andy Griffith theme because.
Oh no! Hold on. He said you can't hear him. I don't know. Let me adjust this. They just said they haven't been able to hear the whole time. You can hear his voice, but not his words. I don't even know what that means. I just tweaked some settings. Try that.
Are you telling me that whole intro was in vain?
It was.
Let me reopen Zoom and see if that fixes anything.
I did also tweak some settings on this side to adjust. It was the best intro in 5 weeks. Ding dong.
Oh, of course, everyone says it's good after I fucking leave.
Foo's monologue got fucked. I don't think you really even said anything yet. I think you objected.
No, I know my monologue was I whistled the Andy Griffith theme and rather well too. It was pretty clean.
It was pretty clean.
I was muted for it.
All right, hold on. Redoing the intro. There you go. Intro. All right, forget it. I'm not gonna do that anymore.
Lightning don't strike me twice, Sangsty. There's a White Claw shortage. We're drinking Truly because we po.
I am affable most of the time. Every now and then, yeah, I get grumpy and I let you guys know about it. But most of the time, I'm pretty affable. Gregarious, I don't know about that. I can be somewhat loquacious, and sometimes a little garrulous. But gregarious, sometimes. Second best intro. Oh boy! Hey, I see a blank screen there for Mass Blast 9. That's good. That means he's coming in.
Oh, we should do like a top 10 most loquacious guests on the Plumes of Hazard.
What up, John?
Hey, it's the Mass Blast 09 in the dark.
Well, I already know who top 10 would be. It would be you remember Steve from Steamy Vapor? He'd be 10 through 1.
He would.
Because he did no talking on camera and did all the shit talking off camera.
Yes, he did. Massey, where are you, sir?
I am driving back from Walgreens.
Well, I appreciate you joining us in the car.
Is it because Walgreens is the only place that I know of that has a king-size dark Kit Kat?
No.
Oh, okay.
Well,
I had to ask.
I mean, I'm glad that they are still open because all the 24-hour ones don't exist anymore. So.
Is that right? I think I've only got one or two of those near me, the 24-hour pharmacies.
Oh.
But forget the 24-hour, man. It's not even that late. What time was it there? It's only 9:30?
Yeah.
9:30. Yeah. They're open. They're open till 10.
Oh, okay.
So.
And the one near my old house was open till midnight on Friday. It was great because they, for the longest time, their colleges are open 24 hours.
Mm-hmm.
But I hate going to CVS, the 24-hour ones. If I can sit and wait 20 minutes to pay for a pack of peanut M&Ms, fuck off. Because like no one's around, and I'm like, I can walk out with this.
No, not Gary Les. I don't know anybody named Gary. That's not true. I do know one guy named Gary. He's kind of old though. I don't know anybody under the age of 60 whose name is Gary.
I do.
Do you? I feel like it's one of those names that I don't ever hear anymore.
Well, I know 3. One of them is not real.
You know,
there was the Gary I went to school with. I actually, funnily enough, was talking with someone from high school, and we were like, "Whatever happened to him?" Well, he's like, "Oh, right, okay." So he's much larger than I remember him, and he worked with me at Best Buy briefly.
Oh.
Actually, I think he was still there when I left, and he's a kind of like fat, smelly kid that he stunk, right? But not only did he stink, but it left a stench. He left a trail. That is a whole other level of unholy.
Yeah.
Because there would be times where I go to the other side of the warehouse. I'm like, Gary was here. not even exaggerating.
Gary stained this area.
Super nose right here, boy. Super nose.
We had I worked at a place where it was a city government, and there was one of the janitor guys was probably around 400 pounds, and when he walked into the elevator and walked out, like he couldn't use that elevator for another like 20 minutes. It was so, and it wasn't like he was farting or anything. It was just so bad BO. Like it was so bad, you know. And so, you know, down here, if you already have a BO problem, you know, the weather is just going to make it 800 times worse.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. So I need to react to something in chat. Marco Polo just asked, "Is this the Advocacy Save Vaping episode?" My official response to that is,
yeah, I just said that. No, wait, Mass, you had the video of the Spanish guy laughing?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Do we need to make one making fun of the vaping industry?
I think we do.
Oh god.
Oh man.
You know, and I just recently saw. Look, man, we've been through this, you know, and if you want to support, have at it. But I just recently saw, you know, the one where they are trying to like raise like, I think it's like $50,000. No, it's like $500,000 or something like that. And they're
okay,
at, like,
that's half a Bugatti.
Right. So they're you know, so they're trying to, you know, do that, and you know, of course, it's a donation place where it tells you who donated. So all these people are going in there. People are going in there like, oh, so and so hasn't donated. So and so. I'm like, come on, guys. Like,
What is the fucking donation hat at church?
I don't know, but you know, I saw some people on Capitol Hill today and all that. But here's the problem, okay? You look, man, you're not gonna stop somebody like the governor of New York doing what he did. And now that he's done that, guess what? Even if the you know, even if the main man decides not to do anything with vaping, it does not mean that each state is not going to do something stupid, you know. And it's like,
yep.
You hope that they don't, you know, that doesn't happen, but you know.
But so you let's see. So where was I just going to? So Life Truth, Festi just said really fat people have hygiene problems because they can't reach important spots. You can look it up, which makes me think of I wash myself with a rag on a stick.
Yep.
So yeah, and Tim's talking about he said how he loves all the email blasts from companies trying to capitalize on consumers panic shopping. I think that's true. I think some of them are better worded than that. And then there's other ones. What was the one that actually, you know what? I think I actually can pull that up. One sec. Yeah, I can.
Well, you know what's crazy is that, for example, somebody like Adirondack Vapor, okay, in upstate New York, okay? They literally could do nothing about what just happened. Absolutely nothing. Well, yeah, I mean, they can move, but I'm talking about, this is just an example of how no amount of money, no amount of advocacy, no amount of nothing is going to change when you got media that is against you, when you have politicians.
The money, the sheer money.
Right. That are
the
getting
money
the money
we're up against.
Yeah.
$500,000, those motherfuckers snort that in a weekend.
Yep.
You know? Like, the industry, like, still just is just so naive about the money we're up against.
Yep.
And shit, all of our original viewers, I've been beating that dead horse for a while.
For quite some time.
We don't have enough to buy in at their table. It's
truth.
That's it.
All right, I'll be coming back. I'll be coming back in from my PC. Be back.
So I'm trying to capture this thing. It is not working. So I found out by playing around with stuff before the show. I was trying to use Microsoft Edge. And the reason I was trying to do that was because I was trying to use a browser that I don't use so that I can share on the screen. Remove. Yes. So I was trying to do that with something I can do on the screen, and then go ahead and share that. But the problem is, it won't share in OBS. When you select if you launch one tab in Edge, it finds 3 different executables, and none of the 3 of them actually share the screen.
So just do a display. Can you not do a display capture?
Well, I can, but I'm not going to share my whole display. Know what I'm saying?
Second monitor.
Yeah, well, my PC, so I moved over to the PC, right, to start streaming recently because we were having to do this whole OBS thing. And the problem is image type there.
Wait, do you have a separate monitor for your PC? You have it hooked up to your...
I only have one monitor for my PC. I've got this 27 in front of me. And normally...
So you still have your cinema display?
Yeah.
It has a second, you can run it.
I have a very old cinema display that only...
It's that one that doesn't have the 2 Thunderbolt outs.
Yeah,
oh.
It's only got one Thunderbolt.
I was about to say, I'm like, if it did, you would have done that already.
Yeah, for sure. All right, hold on. Let's switch over here. All right, so I'm switching over here. It's still got desktop audio on. All right, so this was an email that Tony sent over the other day. So we can see he was talking about all these emails. And I don't know about you, but I've gotten a bunch of these. So I don't know. That some of them are good. Some of them are less good. I'll put it that way. This doesn't feel good to me. I don't like this. Personally. All right, so let's turn this back over to us. There we go. It's basically, hey, you're about to not be able to buy 5 pounds anymore. I better come buy some quick.
Here's the thing. Are they gonna block online sales too?
Well, I don't know. So I haven't read through the New York bill yet, but one would assume.
Yeah, I didn't really read too much through it just because I just looked at it. I assumed it was the same ban that was placed in New York City, just it applies to the whole state now.
Right. I mean, good luck enforcing that, right? But I would assume
in storage you can, obviously.
Right.
Online, yeah, that was a whole other thing. Because that was the big discussion when this shit first blew up, is the online retail, age verification, all that.
Hold on. So Rick just said it's been changed to October 7th. So it's not 2 weeks anymore. I guess now they got 3 weeks.
3 weeks.
Yeah.
Whatever, dude.
Initially it was only 2, right?
Yeah, because so many people I know outside of vaping who know my shtick and doing the YouTube and the line and everything. I'm like, what are you gonna do about the flavor ban? I'm like, not to flex too hard, but I'm a little too big time to worry about juice. I have a Biggles an hour away, and I'm mainly his shit I'm vaping, so I'll go to him for a 500. Because if a retailer ships to you and you confiscate it, that's on you, buddy.
Yeah.
So I like his homebrew better anyway, TBH.
Yeah, and Tim's right. They will threaten fines, right? But I mean, it's unless they start X-raying every mail package coming through.
No, they won't. USPS can't. They're way too porous for that. They really are. That's why people ship drugs through USPS.
That's what I was gonna say. That's why people ship drugs all the time, like actual drugs. But you're right, Tim. I think the larger online retailers, you're right. They probably will comply just because they don't want to deal with the hassle. But I would imagine
they don't have enough money to fight.
Yeah,
that's really it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right, Jason. And by the way, I haven't said hello to people yet, but they are, Public Health England is definitely, in some places, starting to sell some vaping supplies in hospitals, and yet we've got our government over here knee-jerking, think of the children gang. 1,300 people die. What was it? I think it's 1,300 people die in the U.S. per day, right?
So
from smoking.
It's a very early lesson I learned in college. I took a propaganda class, and just numbers, big numbers, don't faze people.
Right.
You need, 23 people. Numbers that you don't have to spell.
Right.
No, straight up when they,
Yeah. Or tobacco is not a flavor. Tobacco, and in most cases, in most of these laws that are coming out, menthol is also accepted, and those are the only two.
So, you brought up the kids earlier.
Yeah.
On the other side, on our side, you know what we're doing? What I've seen, one particular person on Instagram that I was not a fan of, was blaming the kids for our predicament, because that, in my opinion, that is equally as shitty an argument as using the kids to ban flavors. Now we're blaming kids for ruining things for us. Like, no. They're an independent variable in this equation, according to me. They were going to do it. If it didn't happen now, it would have happened this summer.
For sure.
Before, tie everything up and put a fucking bow on it and pretty before the election cycle. We weren't surviving 2 election cycles, Pete.
Right. So, and I know we've said this 1,000 times, but just to be official, like, we all agree there is no reason for people under 18 to be buying these things, or even 21. Fine, make it 20. I don't even care at this point. But what we need to make sure that we're doing is enforcing that, not adding new rules, not taking these out of the hands of existing smokers that are adults that can make their own damn decision what they want to put in their body. Like those drugs that Nasty's taking down there. Look at those drugs.
Oh, whoa! Did you get that Sudafed? Or you got that bullshit Sudafed PE?
Oh no, I got that wall drill, bro.
Oh right, Benadryl. I forgot. I thought you had it in my head. You had a cold for a second.
No, got that wall
I'm like,
drill.
if you took a pseudo right now, you'd be up all night.
He got bits.
Yeah.
Can we get Nasty on air as he's trying to fight off going to sleep? What he might say.
So did you see the link that I posted of the devices that they're putting in the schools now to catch vaping?
No.
In the bathrooms? You didn't see that?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, $1,000 a pop, and their schools are adding them like crazy.
Well, dude, here's the thing with schools.
Oh, well, I'm sorry.
Security measures will always get added. They will never be taken away.
It also catches bullying.
You say it catches bullying?
When they said that, I was like, are they catching the kids getting bullied because they're vaping, or they're bullying the kids that are not vaping? Like,
you should be bullying the kid for vaping. I'm sorry.
Probably. So what is it? Is it just a particulate, like an air quality sort of thing, Nasty?
I think it uses sound, to be honest.
Really?
I linked it in.
What sound? To hear the little bit of crackle factor that this thing puts out?
Crackle.
Yeah, well, that's how it catches bullying, because apparently kids that get bullied go, and then
that pitch. It's that pitch. They go,
the kids need to learn how to stealth. Is what you're saying. Yeah. I saw a grown-up. Okay, I remember the vape story now.
Hey, good job. So story time with Foo, everybody.
This happened like a week and a half ago. I'm on the bus, coming home from work in the subway, and there's like a grown-ass man, presumably older than myself, 35 to 40 if I had to guess, dressed like he's in high school, and I noticed, like, I liken people's shitty stealthing on public transportation to like a poorly executed hidden ball trick. You know, that's a sports ball term for those
Sports balls, yes.
unaware, unfamiliar. So I see it out of the corner of my eye. He takes a fat rip on his jewel, right? And he tries to stealth it, and he coughs so bad. I don't hear it. I have my headphones full blast. I'm like, right? I did one of those.
Yeah.
And I'm like looking at him, and I just go like this to him. I'm like, I took a fat rip, and I did the little like wanky French inhale, and I just remained stone faced. I'm like, I just took you to school, kid.
Learn how to vape. Get good.
I don't condone doing that, but I couldn't not. Shame him.
Let's see if I can find it.
Okay, sorry, I'm handling customer service at the moment. Not for my product, not for my purchasing. I'm third person helping coordinate this thing. Anyway, so Marco's all the money is being raised for that campaign. How do we know where it's going to be spent? Yeah.
Exactly,
of course. And also, I mean, it's the same with the master settlement agreement, right? The states are getting, bajillions of dollars every year that most of them then turned around and sold as an annuity or whatever, or as bonds. Anyway, but that's neither here nor there. The point is the MSA is getting, doled out to all these states, and we do have access to see where that's being spent, right? And it's 3%, 4% spent on anti-smoking stuff to
Well, because Big Tobacco's already funding that.
Right.
And they're also funding the anti-vaping ads that I see on YouTube on my mobile.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we gotta play this video because this is gold here. So Anxie, I don't know if you wanna present me.
Yeah, I could do that.
Okay, so this is the video of the device.
Oh God, sorry. Okay, good. You're good.
Okay, so this is the video for the device that I was talking about that they're putting in schools. It's about $1,000 a piece. Mm-hmm. So let me go ahead and cue that up. Dun, dun. All right, here we go.
Technologies FlySense is an innovative real-time vaping and elevated sound incident detection solution and smart alert system.
Holy shit, that is a mouthful.
Right.
That provides visibility to areas where cameras are not permitted. The FlySense solution is comprised of a cloud-based communications engine, incident management web portal, and multi-sensor device network capable of detecting vaping, smoke, and noise disturbances that may suggest violence, such as bullying or fighting, in real time 24/7. When a sensor detects vaping signatures or decibel level anomalies caused by bullying or fighting, a
You can set up a
zero-delay
smoke detector with that.
location-specific alert
Vaping
notification
signatures.
is sent by SMS or email.
Vaping signature. What the fuck are we vaping? Subatomic
Designated
particles at
school officials.
frequencies no one knows?
Advanced custom scheduling helps schools organize their staff to receive alert notifications on
This is the
specific days
gayest
of the
thing
week,
I've ever seen.
during select time blocks, and for assigned devices to reduce the staffing burden for designated coverage areas.
This is okay. Wait. This is worse than the net nanny.
Yes, it is. Can you imagine just ripping one and the alert going, oh, fart detected in the bathroom.
Right.
It's a little wet. They better wipe.
Wait, I didn't get a call about R&Ding these things.
Check for wiping.
Keep school teams informed on vaping activity and hotspots to target
God.
and reduce student vape use
Hacker
campus-wide.
students are gay.
Take control. Clear the air on your campus with FlySense.
But the company who makes it, look at the name of them. Ready?
Solder Technologies.
What?
Solder Technologies.
Solder.
Dude, all that thing is a glorified smoke detector.
Yeah.
They didn't even spell it right. No, you know what it is?
FlySense is an innovative real-time vape.
All it is, you know what this is? This is like the same thing that squirts the juice
Air
into
freshener? Dude, have you been sprayed in the face by those?
Yes.
Yes.
I have.
Somebody put a microphone on it.
Yep.
There you go.
Yeah, that's what I was, so it's just a particulates detector. It sounds
Wait,
like
so
it's
what if you
better
guys want to practice your barbershop quartet in the bathroom like it's, is that bullying?
I'm sure it has to be.
Baby,
But you know what?
board.
You know what it doesn't detect is cigarette smoke.
What? I'm sure it does. It's got to.
Could you imagine if kids started turning to smoking cigarettes? Oh my God, I would be so fucking ecstatic. I'll be laughing so hard if that happened.
Yep.
Oh god.
It's like, instead of kids leaving class for 2 minutes to go vape, they're gonna fucking leave the building for 10 minutes to go smoke a cigarette.
Ay.
But hey, what do we know?
Marco says,
Wait.
"Did anybody see the device you can buy to refill jewel pods? You don't need a device,
You just need a Heartland Vapes bottle.
or just your fingers. Just pop the thing apart. It's real easy." So, if you haven't seen this is something I wanted to mention. So the governor of New York, Mr. Cuomo.
Mhm.
I went to go looking for it because I saw it today somewhere. Somebody had cut down a press release that he had done, and they cut it down to like a 7-second video because it was the relevant part. And the short of it, and I couldn't find it anywhere, by the way. I went looking for it, I couldn't find it. But the short of it is, he was sitting there going, "We know that vaping is way better for you than smoking. But so what?"
Yeah, I was waiting to get to that.
It's like,
But yeah.
Okay. What do you mean,
Okay.
so what? So what? You know, I mean, thousands of people have died today in the U.S. alone from smoking-related illnesses, and you're going to say, so what?
All right.
Dumbass.
So let's backtrack 11 years, okay?
Okay, go.
To the summer of 2008, when yours truly didn't quite have gray hair yet, nor a respectable beard. I was working my first internship during college, and I was working in public relations. I got to mix company with the scum of New York City, right? So I was at the person I was doing PR for. He's buddies with the Cuomo family. We were at the beer garden in Astoria. That's where the fundraiser was. I met Mario Cuomo. Awesome. Didn't really say hi to Chris, but you know him. Doesn't like being called Alfredo. And
Did you say Wilfredo?
no, he said he doesn't like being called Fredo.
Oh.
Because he got called Alfredo, and then he's like, "That's racist." And then there's Andrew. You know how I know Andrew was a piece of shit in 2008?
No.
I saw him take 4 different beers. I saw him with 4 different beers in his hands, and he finished none of them. He didn't even finish half of any of them.
I thought you were going to say he went to the bathroom and didn't wash his hands.
That's like half the people I fucking work with. Most people like just if I'm home and I go hands free, I'm not obligated to wash.
Or just ask, does it detect long fingernails? What?
I don't
Sean's
know
not
where
here.
that came
No.
from.
Sean's not here. Is horror
No,
Sean?
long, not dirty.
Oh, not dirty. Yeah.
No, I got my old thingy, so that's not a problem at the moment. I kept mine back down. See? Look at that.
So yeah, that's how I knew Andrew Cuomo was a piece of shit then. Not really, it's just more of like why is your dad so cool and you're such a cunt?
Yeah.
Right? But anyway, I knew then, but now it's just like, yeah, anyone in our squad knows that anytime anything's happened in New York, I'm the first person to like post it. If there's anything that he does, I fucking nail him to the wall because I've never been his fan.
So in related news, obviously this is bad enough, but I did read today, and I have not fact checked this yet, by the way. I've just been reading what people have been talking and links to articles and stuff, but I haven't done a lot of fact checking about it. But they did say that that India, as a country, has also banned vaping. Now, the interesting thing, and this is the part that I really want to say that I haven't fact checked this because I haven't looked up the financial stuff, but I have heard that one article said 26 and one article said 27 or 28 percent. India, the federal government of India owns either 26 or 28% of the national tobacco, of a national tobacco brand there.
Mm-hmm.
So, banning vaping.
I forgot the brand. I'm having
somebody
deja
just
vu
mentioned
right
it.
now.
Someone just mentioned it in chat. ITC? Yeah, Lee just mentioned in chat and said it's ITC.
And I'm saying, what's the cigarette that they make? Because I might have smoked it.
That I'm not sure.
Well, anyway. Yeah. Fuck. I lost my train of thought. That's the second time today.
So one of the White House petitions actually got over 100,000.
Did it really?
Shocking. Yeah. And they still don't have to look at it.
And they still don't have to look at it. And the responses can be written by the secretary that writes all of them. Somebody was posting in the Reddit thread saying, the problem is Trump believes these petitions are fake. Have you read the responses? Many of them look like it was written by some low-level secretary that basically says a whole lot of nothing and then thank you.
Shocking.
Yeah.
Shocking.
Welcome. You have just entered yourself into a government database.
It's true.
I'm already in one. B. I got nothing to lose.
That Addy said some weird name. Rick says Beatty. Like B-double-E, D-double-E. Tim says ITC produces Insignia, India Kings, Lucky Strike, Classic Gold Flake, Navy Cut, Players, Scissors, Capstan, Barkley, Bristol Flake, Silk Cut, Duke, and Roya. Oh, Lee, I was guessing that was going to happen, but that's sad. He just said that Phillips Morris in
Gold
India
Flake, yes.
went up 9% today. Their stock went up 9%.
Of course it did. So, yeah. You remember a long time ago when I said that big tobacco is making up their lost revenue here overseas? Mm-hmm. Case in fucking point.
Right. Sick.
See Southeast Asia, and they have like no laws that prevent convenience stores from being open outside of school. Like basically all the shit that prevents that from happening here. Like the third world don't have that.
Terrible. Terrible stuff. We have not gone through and said hello to people. So, by the way, I do want to apologize. Fu and I were sitting there chatting, and since Massey wasn't here, we're just running our mouths before the show, and all of a sudden Fu goes, wait, shouldn't we start?
It's a quarter after.
it was like 14 after something. I was like, oh, crap. That's right. Massey did say he had to run to the stove. So, my bad. We definitely were just talking and not starting the show up tonight. But I want to say hello to Rick, Tim, Festy, Joel. What's up? And we've got Jason. And, of course, Monty. Monty is joining us tonight. It's Motherhead. Addie Tooney and Duro. And Ronnie. What up, Ronnie? I don't think I've seen that name in a while. Did I say Joel already? What's up, Joel?
So I temped my skin, and there was a 5-degree difference between the area where it was swelling versus normal. I was like, that's cool. Wish I had a flare camera just to see it.
Horror V-Dog, Marco Polo, and Vic, Roger, what up? And Steven. I don't think I've said you yet either.
So I see the one post where they said VTA went to Capitol Hill, and somebody posted in the thread, best of luck. The YouTube personalities have the ability to reach the masses via their YouTube channels. So I wish them the best and to keep us updated with what's going on over there. Lots of questions. My main question is, why is vaping being associated with illegal black market THC carts on every news channel broadcasted over and over and over again in America? And somebody responded, hey, because it's an easy red herring to use as a device to get the real motive behind this: lost tax revenue and tobacco settlement dollars. Also, probably tobacco bonds. I didn't even know those existed.
That's what the Mester settlement's being paid out.
Yeah.
With less people smoking, states won't be able to recoup the money they borrowed back in '98. Tobacco bonds equal tobacco settlement dollars, potato.
Sick, isn't it? It's got money that's supposed to be there to help people. But them governments, They want that sweet, sweet change.
Not the governments, it's the fucking lobby fists that are up their asses. Because what's the
Well, you know, another thing,
The puppets.
thing.
another thing too is look, I don't really care to get political, but when you have all these people that when the current president was elected, they were like, oh yeah, we're electing him because he's gonna, you know, drain it, he's gonna fill it back up, he's going to, you know, get, you know, vaping on, and then, you know, he goes and says what he said on the interview, right, on TV, and people are like quiet, and they're all like shocked that he would do something like that and say something like that, and then like a day later, he's like, well, maybe vaping's not so. And then everyone posts a tweet. Yeah, Trump's behind us. Oh, I'm like,
He just
look,
flip
man,
like crazy. What are you talking about?
bucks. You stupid bucks.
I'm
It's like, oh my god, the TV rigs got pushed back. We won. Good job.
like, listen, this isn't about, you know, red versus blue or any political thing.
They're
Like them or don't like them. It's got nothing to do with that. It's got to do with you know that flop was coming.
plus the long game, the big picture, something the fucking industry never had a grasp of, right?
What we need, what is good, is for people to stop talking about it. Yeah. For us to be out of the media.
It's a little too late now,
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
because everyone's asking me vaping questions. It's getting really fucking annoying.
Oh yeah. Well, see, now the problem is that
I'm just
Now,
gonna take
when
off
you-
from work until it's like fully illegal.
when you're doing it out in public, people are going to be even more freaked out, because even people that didn't even know vaping existed, now they know. Now they see somebody else doing it. Now they're really not going to want
What
you
you're
around.
saying is I should pull out a Marlboro and smoke that when I'm walking in my office.
Honestly, to be perfectly honest, I can guarantee you that people will feel perfectly normal around someone smoking a cigarette and not normal around somebody vaping right now.
Right.
I'm
They'd still
telling you
clutch the
that-
pearls, right? They'd be like, "Oh, I can't believe you'd smoke. You can't smoke in here. My delicate lungs can't take it."
Well, yeah,
but
yeah.
they
I'm
won't
not saying
freak out, right?
right.
They're like, "Oh God, vaping. That's just gonna."
No, dude. I told my coworkers, I said, if anyone looks at me or like tries to cough, I'm gonna start coughing even louder.
Yeah. And that's the
like
thing.
being like the biggest dick possible.
And that's the thing is you know,
Oh, I gotta lose.
they see a cigarette in your mouth and they're probably like, okay, well, you know, they know what that is. They know.
I know
it's-
that won't kill you for at least 20 years.
Exactly. You know, this thing, you know, vaping, you just take a drag and next week you're gonna have, you know, oil lung.
I heard people were dying from that. If someone says this to me, I'll be like, all right.
Whatever
As long as I don't have to
happened
listen to you anymore.
whatever happened to popcorn lung? It's like the popcorn's gone and all that's left is the sticky oil.
Mm-hmm.
They never put out the report that custard makes you gain weight. And that Nana Cream is the worst juice ever made.
Oh, it's not the worst juice ever made.
No, yeah, there's
King's
worse, bro.
Feast. King's Feast. Wait, no.
Oh, no.
Wait,
for the hype that Nana Cream got, it fucking flopped in my book.
It did flop.
It was like honestly
for the
top
ring.
10 all-time hype juices in our vaping careers. I think Nana Cream made like cracked the top 10.
You know,
See,
that
I
old
didn't
bay,
think it was as
that old bay
objectionable
crab
as you
juice.
But
I don't
'Cause-
think it was as objectionable as you did.
the strawberry, man. I don't like, there are like maybe 4 or 5 other people who taste the same thing that I taste. Is the problem.
Mm-hmm.
That fucking waxy crayon aftertaste.
So, and I still think that is not as bad as the donut flavoring that tastes like Play-Doh. That to me was so bad. I can't stand the liquids that have that shit in there.
I don't know. I just have disproportionate hate for Nana Cream.
You do. And that's
In
what-
case Colin's watching, you know.
Oh man, about such sweating. I need to go take a shower.
I told Biggles, I'm like, literally, Nana Cream's the only juice you put in front of me, and I looked at you and questioned my friendship.
Festy, what was the juice made in Savannah that used to be so big? I don't know what was made in Savannah.
Savannah?
Savannah's.
I mean, I know like Savannah, Georgia. I know Good Life's in Georgia. That's about it.
It wasn't fluid, was it?
Was Fluid also in Georgia?
No, I think those guys were out Midwest. I don't think they were in Georgia.
I thought Pluid was a Northeast thing. That's an OG vape.
Oh, maybe it is.
Maybe, but
Capella glazed donut. Yeah.
Yeah, I wish Giz was here tonight because Gizzard Stew. That was, and I've told the story on the show before. I walked up to him and was visiting with him at a showcase, and he insisted that I take a rip on his setup that he had there, and swore that I just had to. He wouldn't tell me what it was, just vape it, just vape it, just vape it, and he vaped it first, like in front of me, so I knew it wasn't rat poison or something.
he wasn't trying to ice. He wasn't trying to ice you.
Right, exactly. So I took a big rip on it, and damned if that thing didn't taste exactly like a hamburger sliced pickle, like a sliced pickle off of a hamburger. Like it, I mean, it was rank. It was so bad, but it did taste exactly like a pickle.
Why would I vape a pickle? That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
I think he did it just to do it. Yeah, or piss flavored.
Yeah.
Honey tastes great when you're vaping it.
Oh, it tastes amazing.
It's secondhand that's bad.
Yeah, it's like, when you fart and you're like, oh my God, I feel so much less bloated. Well, feel sorry for everyone else in the room. Fluid, was that Matt Murdock? Yes, it was Marco Polo.
Mm-hmm.
Back in my day.
Yeah, you want to talk about something that'll ruin an atomizer. Oh my God.
Fluid.
Oof. It was every bit as bad, if not worse, as that.
I tried. So in the same night, back when vape meats were fucking awesome, I tried out of one of Cisco's mesh cardos, the 8th. I love how we had them on, and I called it the HH356. But the Cisco spec ones, the really good ones, because even the base ones were good too. But I tried two big juices that night.
Yeah.
Tried Fluid. That hit the roof of my mouth. Spit back because it's a fucking mesh pool that I'm vaping out of.
Yeah.
And then I also tried Boba's Bounty. Mm-hmm. And that tasted like raisins and graham cracker.
Mm-hmm.
So I found
Boba's I think Boba's was one of those things that I think people really liked it because it was one of the first juices that I had tried that was.
It was the first high end. It was the first boutique juice.
Yeah, it was different. It had quite a bit of flavor, even though it wasn't probably what I would have picked. But it did taste. It was interesting, right? I mean, it had several layers of flavor.
It's honestly one of the most addy dependent juices I've ever vaped.
I'll give you that. Yeah, it had to be.
Yeah, because it tasted like shit out of a drip cardo. Or a drip atomizer.
So did you guys taste the crab juice at VaporCon? Because I just found this and I remember tasting it.
Oh, I wasn't at that VaporCon. No, I was there the next year.
Yeah, they had the little cardos with the crab
juice. Yeah, no, I never tried it.
You know what's funny? Goss fits so well into like that room, like that picture.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a few. I mean, there's a few from back then. Let me see if I can pull this one up.
Oh, right.
Here's this one. That's how big the clouds were back in 2012.
Back when I didn't trust Mass because he had a goatee. Yes. I mean, it was a tight goatee. I'll give you that, but
yeah,
it just made you all the more sinister.
Tribeca isn't a tobacco flavor? I thought it was. I thought I remember hearing that.
Whoa.
Tribeca? Isn't that?
I'm trying to find it in chat.
Yeah, Lee just said.
Tribeca, isn't it?
Johnson Creek, yeah, not good. Indigo.
Mm-hmm.
Indigo
yeah. Halo Tribeca.
Yeah.
Boom. Yeah. Tribeca held up for a long time. I actually used what? I think I used it in my MyJet Halo Tribeca. That was what I put in my other pods that didn't have snowdrift in them.
No, so they only love tobacco flavors? Yeah, because apparently that's the only flavors that appeal to adults is plants.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm kind of an outlier. I kind of love tobacco.
Yeah.
But I get the sentiment.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine that people do. I know some people do, but probably 95% of people either don't or don't prefer them anyway. Most people do not want tobacco flavored stuff. Now,
Sifu is gold.
Yeah, but even Foos Gold. Hey, think about Foos Gold. That tastes more like a cookie than it does anything.
Yeah.
I mean, you could definitely taste the earthiness in it, but it's a
Does that mean Snowdrift is illegal because it has banana in it?
probably that's appealing
Wow.
to kids.
It does.
So I found a picture from 13 with a 5-wrap. I don't even know what wire I used. RSST.
It's probably
Using
30
an
gauge.
It was 30.
Using an NCR 18650 PD, and didn't actually
The button
look that
tops
bad.
the button top panties.
There you go.
Yeah, look at there.
Yeah, this is before 28 gauge was cool to do on mesh
Yeah.
or eco
Yeah.
wool.
Is that XC?
Was that sleeve? Was that sleeve?
It was equal.
Oh, the Eco will.
Yep.
Yeah.
Not too shabby.
The problem, Lee, with NETs are they can be very harsh.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I know. My second juice may have one in it. It's
Right.
delicious, but if you vape a little too hot or in the wrong addy, it's going to be harsh.
Faux show.
Oh no, Luis, I'm glad you love Foos Gold. It just didn't have the spread I wanted because it tasted more like a cookie than it did tobacco. It was a little bit of tobacco.
Yeah.
I wanted that little bit. And the second one, I'm like, you know what? Fuck everybody. I'm going to do a tobacco that I want to do. And so I did.
So there. Hey Foo, what are you vaping on tonight, bud?
Squeak.
Sorry, I'm just having a little fun. JC Jack Vapor mod. This thing has yet to fall on my rug. Anytime,
Surfaces.
yeah, it'll hit my thigh instead of bouncing outward, like it falls off the desk. I'll knock it off the desk. It hits my thigh. Will it fall out? No, it'll fall in under the desk where there's no rug. Happened about 2 hours ago. Battery went flying. Oh no! I tried to save it when it fell. You know what happened? I caught the battery door. I grabbed it by the battery door, and it was half coming off. It slipped out of my hand, and everything battery popped. I was like, God damn it! I didn't wear my PF flyers.
Oh, what's that story?
But anyway,
Wait, you dropped something? No.
don't make me. Don't. Yeah, I'm gonna call Mr. Trump and put you on ice.
He should. Oh, that's cold. He should. He should. You should have a safety net all the way around you, so when you drop stuff.
Or I could just put my mod down in front of my keyboard.
It was funny. So we were talking, and the person that I work with. So we were talking about going to Top Golf for a company party, and I was trying to describe the net that is in front of the Top Golf. So if you fall over, you don't fall away. He's like, yeah. He's like, those are suicide nets. I'm like, dude, suicide nets are in Asia. I was like, this is Top Golf down the street.
No, they have suicide nets at ballparks. They say it's for fan protection.
I know, but he's like, yeah, they're suicide nets. I'm like, they're just for drunk people not to fall through. It's like, I don't know if you would call it a suicide net, but
I wish I had $1 for every time that somebody says Water Malone in chat. I don't even know what Water Malone is.
Is that a meme that I missed?
Did
the mailman start taking up water sports?
Oh boy, that can be dangerous.
For sure. Anyway, you done with your thing there, Obed?
Oh right, and I got the Jewel with the mint pod in it. I just tried the Virginia tobacco. I lost the cream into Virginia tobacco pod. The Virginia tobacco is not bad. If this is all we're going to be left with.
So for me, watch my white balance freak out. Boom! There it goes. This is the Limelight Freehand Gloom. No, it's not. This is not my Gloom. This is my Bliss. It's got a RAM board inside. So it's unregulated, but it's got a lot of safeties and clicky buttons, which is great. Inside of there is Derailment Vape Co.'s Rail Cracker, which is one of the things I vape a lot of. On top is a NAR EA with an Omen tip, and this is a Limelight beauty ring on the bottom. And also over here, boom, I've got my Royal Purple Gray billet box out. I haven't busted out the red one in a while, but I still like the RPG. It's still my favorite color. The little JMK button in there, an Omen tip on there, and inside of here is the Zeta, and the Zeta is currently vaping. Actually, it's just abolishment at the moment. Just abolishment. Still very happy with this at the moment. And I know some people that just got theirs today. I have not gotten to making a review of it. So if you have not used the Zeta, if you are confused, because there are many pieces that are inside of there, you can definitely go pull up YouTube, go to Todd's channel, Todd E-Cigarette Reviews, and check him out. He does a really good review of it.
Interesting. So about 45 minutes ago, someone posted Michigan State Representative Beau Lefebvre introduces bill to prohibit the governor from banning e-cigarettes. Very interesting.
It's a Wayne Walker watermelon recipe. Sorry, that's what watermelon is. DIY or die. So they're trying to block the ban.
Yep. So some people were saying the person who posted it said, call anyways and tell them that you will be voting. Oh, well, one person said, I don't bother because even though my district representative is a Republican, he was co-sponsoring a flavor ban bill working its way through Senate before Cuomo acted up. Because, they were saying you should try that. So he said, call anyways. If enough people call and put their feet to the fire, they will act their own best interest to keep their job. People have a lot more power than they think they do. In 2016, the DA moved to emergency schedule Kratom. So many people got involved and called the representative, myself included, that it resulted in the DA rescinding their emergency scheduling for the first and only time in their history. And that only happened because people stood up and fought it and are still fighting for it. And the vape community has greater numbers than the Kratom community. Blah, 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 blah. So, okay.
So, I mean, you are talking about a country that's got a problem with people literally pooping in the street and worried about panic vaping.
But we shouldn't be vaping.
Should not be vaping. Definitely
not like there's 1,500 people to a toilet in the slums.
Pooping in the street.
Man. V-Dog just ate Subway sub an hour ago, brushed his teeth, and he still tastes mildew.
Okay. Do you not know the first rule? Do you not know the first rule of Subway? You can walk in for all of 2 seconds. You're smelling like fucking cheesy bread when you come out. Okay? You're smelling like Subway.
People
you know what's worse? You know what's worse than that? Is having a friend that works at Subway who comes to hang out with you to drink in still his work clothes.
Right. Still smelling like cheesy bread.
And the garage smells like Subway.
True story. I used to love Subway back in the day. Back before Touchy Jarrett. Like where it was just normal.
I'll still fuck with the steak and cheese, man.
No, but the problem was like, dude, one time I got like kind of food poisoning, and my wife knows way too much about food safety from running stores. She ran a Starbucks for a long time. And she's like, that's because they fucking leave the cold cut stuff out, and the refrigerated stuff below it isn't keeping it cold enough, so it just sits there all day. So of course you're gonna get sick. I'm like, God damn it! What you fucking tell me this shit before? She's like, but I mean, that's if we ever ate a sub or something like that, she always got something hot that they had to, cook, which doesn't always save you, but
probably helps.
And yeah, it probably helps. So.
Those microwaves can kill a bunch of things. So Marco's asking, aren't Democrats and Republicans trying to enforce the bans? So the vape I vote is useless? No, I don't think so, because it's not really a party issue. We tried to cover this. I tried to be fair about this before, because there are typically, and I'm using broad strokes here, typically you've got Republican people who typically are small government, personal liberty people, and typically the Democrats are larger government but want to protect people, right? I mean, that's That's like their thing. But the problem is we do have examples of both parties definitely not colluding. I guess that's a little bit harsher word, but they're getting along to do these things because of the Save the Children thing, right?
Oh, to screw poor people, middle and lower class people, yeah,
for sure.
And it don't matter what you believe in. Everyone loves fucking over them if they're in a position of power.
They sure do. So I don't think so though. So yes, you do have people in both camps that are screwing with us, but at the same time, you still have a voice, right? We still have a voice, and I posted this in the group the other day. Whether or not you're signing a petition, which probably goes on some secretary's desk before she sets it on fire and pees on it because she hates her job or whatever, right? I mean, petitions are dumb. Sorry, Masty. I guess that got a little gross.
I just got a great mental picture of this chick just dropping trowel and just freaking pissing all over the desk.
Pissing all over the desk. So, petitions aside, what you can do and what we're supposed to do as people that are in a democratic republic is make the people that we put into office represent us. That's what they're there to do. They're there to represent us. And if they don't have a good finger on the pulse of what we want, yeah, they're going to go do whatever they want. Now, at the end of the day, do they have the freedoms to go do whatever they want? Yeah, really, they do until the next election cycle comes up, for sure. But you can at least tell them, and that's one thing you can't do, is you can get on the damn phone and say, hey, this is what I think. This is what I want you to do. Send them an email. Do the same thing. Blow up those boxes. And yes, it's not a guarantee that you're going to get what you want, but at least you're being heard, right? And then when the next election cycle comes up, remember the people that represented you well. That
will never happen because people don't remember. People don't remember, and now day and age, people forget what just happened 30 seconds ago.
What show is this?
Yeah, exactly. So that's I think the bigger thing where politicians it's coming up for election and you're like, what? I'm trying to remember what he was for and not for. Like it's because you never know. Midway through their cycle, they could flip it
around. Yeah, for sure.
And be like, well, I mean, I think like down here. You got a real sense of how they were going to do it with like the indoor vaping ban, and they're like, okay, fine, let's find something they want, and let's find something they want even more.
Right.
Offshore drilling or vaping? Well, we ain't doing offshore drilling, right. So the vaping's got to go.
It's like this from The Simpsons. Do you want to know the truth? Or do you want to see us hit dingers?
You want to see us hit dingers?
Dingers!
Dingers!
I don't think this is the first time I've referenced this on this show.
I think it may be right, but it is a good one. It's a classic. That was Mark, wasn't it? Yeah.
Do you want to know the truth?
You know what too is I think the businesses getting involved is what really gets it going. The amount of people, yeah, that's fine, but when you start seeing dollars, going bye-bye,
yeah,
So
bring it up. Let them know. And yes, that does mean, and I am assuming this is an assumption to Masty's point, that when you vote, you're voting in an educated fashion, right? You should be looking into the people you're voting for, not just going in and voting straight party tickets. That's dumb. You should vote for the person that's actually representing you. But that is an assumption. I know everybody doesn't do that, but you should. Educate yourself. And yes, I do vape and I do vote. Unfortunately, the dummy down the street that thinks vaping is, the incarnate of evil also votes. So, and he canceled me out. But still, you got to do your part, man. Gots to do your part.
It's like to me, it's like a how to get your laws passed playbook, right? Like start off with kids vaping, then go to, well, shit, that ain't working. Go to, well, vape pods exploding.
You
people getting burned. I'm getting to it, and then and then an epidemic that is vaping, and then people are fucking dying. So,
right. And by the way, so I've definitely heard the conspiracy theory bandied about that those cartridges were planted by people to throw vaping under the bus or whatever. Guys, if they really want, even just for the sake of argument for just a minute, even if they really wanted to do that, would they do it with weed? They'd open up a shady ass shop, like an e-liquid shop, right, and do it there. Then
Dr. Creamy's? Oh,
maybe. Yeah. I'm not.
They try. well, and the other thing too is like, man, people are gonna buy those cartridges. They don't need to do anything.
Yeah,
it's already been going on.
You could buy them on eBay.
Mm-hmm.
For fuck's sake, and they're being shipped out of California, and the FDA already warned us about this, mind you. And everyone's just like, what?
Mm-hmm.
What FDA warning about weed cards? You know what I mean? It's just like, it's like when you have like a sibling who, like, when they have something that'll never live down, they'll deny it, even though it actually happened.
Yeah.
That's fine when it's amongst siblings, right?
Right.
Kind of a problem when we're doing in the highest forms of office and politics, and
Yeah.
like, I just won't acknowledge it's like, like that fucking, first warning on foreclosure, and the second warning, the third. It's like, if I ignore it, it's not there, right? It's not a good stance for adults to take.
Probably. So those are definitely the things that we wanted to talk about tonight. We are talking to Alex to see if he can come on and give us the real good skinny. You should be watching. Google around for it, or you can check on Facebook. I see it posted all over the place. Master brought up VTA earlier. The prezzo of that is Gregory Connolly. Sorry, I just totally had a brain fart. Connolly, and he, as he often does a great job, even in these ridiculous talk show formats where people are shouting over each other. Dude keeps his cool. He drops facts and does a pretty good job when there's people that have already clearly made up their minds and just try to shout him down. He does a great job. I definitely encourage you to watch and follow that. CASA.org, CASAA.org. Go there. They've got as they often do, they've got a tool there that they've got it all pre-filled in. You drop your address in. It will send an email to the president. It'll send an email to your state senators. It'll send an email to your representatives. And they've got it pre-filled in like a message, but they also have a spot in there for you to write your own. I've definitely written my own in there as well, just letting them know who I am, the fact that I've been involved in these things for many, many years at this point, and I'm happy to. How did I phrase it? I know I know this is new technology. If there's any questions that you have in there, just let me know. And not only can I answer that information, if I don't have that information, I can put you in touch with people that can. You can get educated on this. I am a source of information. Please leverage me as a tool to educate yourself. So no matter what you decide to say in there, keep it professional, keep it short, at least reasonably short. Tell them it's important for you. Am I going to say, I would be lying if I said that I was a single issue voter, right? If I go and vote for the president, it's not going to be whether or not he supports vaping, or I don't, or I vote for the other guy, right? I mean, I can't rightfully say that.
Oh,
but I can say that it is important to me because it is.
Do you remember the one subscriber we lost because we played a Trump meme video at the beginning of the episode, and you said in comments that like we're despicable and this, that?
Probably.
I'm actually trying to look for that comment, trying to find that episode. Yeah, I've been digging a little.
Mm-hmm.
I want to have a nice little "I told you so." I want to be petty. I want to reply to him, wherever the fuck that guy was with a straight ass family tree. So whatever he was, I did joke. I made that joke at him.
Yeah.
But I want to find him and I want to tell him like, hey, how's that Trump FDA working for you?
We'll see. It hasn't dropped yet. We're still doing the things. I am pulling up Kasa's thing.
Dude, the only person that could stop this from happening is David Hasselhoff, and I don't think he's up for it. So, sorry, I stuck a fork in his after he sang on the wall.
Here it is. National Call to Action. Pull this up. Oh, that's the light up the switchboard one, which is certainly. Here it is. All right, so here's the link directly to the Kassan thing. Pull it up. Click on it. Take action. Send a message, man. It's super easy. It's really, really not hard at all. Works great. And yes, definitely call as well, for sure. Use all your methods of communication to make your voice heard.
Wow, I just saw a post that said it's not just anecdotal. One of my customers actually switched back to cigarettes today. The misreporting of the media, finally done it. And then he said, he wrote them, he said, since all this vaping issue started, I haven't been vaping at all. I'm just back to regular old cigarettes.
Wow. I mean, what a defeatist pussy.
First of all, yes, that's true. Second of all, that's still the definition of anecdotal, right? I mean, like, yeah, okay, this guy went back to
like literally not one study has been published. Not one. What was the fucking one in the New England Medical Journal about the formaldehyde because they were pushing down the ego button for 20 seconds and producing formaldehyde?
Sure.
Yeah, that's the only thing that's come out so far.
Yeah.
As far as I know.
There have been a few of those for sure.
You know what's been a great anecdote? The fucking, remember the soda bottle with the cotton balls?
Mm-hmm.
That was great. I thought it was a really good one.
Or the one where they had like flies under a glass dome or whatever. They kept blowing.
Yeah, and they were blasting them with.
I didn't see that one. I think I need to watch that after this.
That was classic. That was from years ago. Like it was some guy like, was it the Philippines or something? It was somewhere I think in Southeast Asia somewhere where they were doing that.
Yeah.
How did we not play that on the show? Did we play it on the show?
I don't know. I should find that.
I'm pretty sure we did.
We may have.
I'm pretty sure we did.
Was it with Bucketo wire?
Bucketo wire. Well, one of my
I never thought I'd say that again.
One of my posts that I saw a while back was it was literally a post that I made saying, literally every Filipino when I see him blow a fat cloud, and it was a video of Jeremy Clarkson at the NASA place in Alabama or wherever.
Yeah.
And they're testing they're creating clouds, like, and it's just the rocket just blasting freaking this huge cloud up in the air.
Oh man.
Bucket.
At least
wire.
Yeah. Lee, at least we know what's in our cigarettes. Yeah, no, that's ridiculous. There's thousands of chemicals in the cigarette.
Yeah, it's in cigarettes, and they need you to stay alive to keep buying them.
Oh man. All right, so
yeah, at least it's in our cigarettes. You know how long it took for us to figure out what was in that cigarettes? It took about 30 years. Right? Do you remember when no one wanted to play basketball with Magic Johnson because he had HIV? Mm-hmm. You know what we did to figure out that you can play basketball when you have HIV? We did this thing called fucking research.
That takes people thinking.
Pay attention to the research when they.
Well, fucking some progressive ass shit I'm on right now, right?
Well, and that's the thing that's killer.
Like,
right? Is there how
only gays get HIV?
There's lots and lots of data out there now.
Yeah, we've never made brash decisions on shitty intel before.
We've got people that constantly spew. Well, we don't know what's going to happen. We don't have any studies. There is. Yeah, there's not decades plural of long-term studies. No, there's not yet. That's true. But you can make some pretty damn educated guesses based on what we do know what's in it and how we know from years plural of research. We do know. We can extrapolate this out and make a pretty damn good guess. It's certainly doesn't warrant total prohibition, dumbasses.
Look at the fucking the prohibition of weed. It was scheduled as class 1, so someone's like, I'm gonna make something synthetic that's worse for you and is gonna make you turn your brain into like you've been doing ecstasy for 4 years straight. We may know someone who's kind of perma burnt out from spice.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Mm-hmm. Sadly enough.
So yeah. I'm tired getting pissed off. I really am.
It's been a long road. It's been a lot of upsetness.
We've just basically been saying the same shit for 5 years, more or less. Well, maybe like six months in is when we really got to cut our teeth.
Probably.
In this vape show business. But yeah. We know it's going to happen. it was kind of a gut punch how it happened. I'll admit that, but
Yeah.
Stuff and shit.
All right, everybody. So I don't think I'm going to be able to put out a Zeta thing this weekend. I've got a lot of stuff to do this weekend. But here pretty quickly, I'm sure I will. I have not changed my opinion on this. I do think it's still a very quality device. I have seen a couple people that have had some issues, mostly because I don't think they understand really how to use it. So if you do get a Zeta, watch Todd's review. He does a great job with it until I can get one as well to maybe do a different take on it. Until then, keep vaping. Keep your chin up. Contact your representatives. Take a deep breath. Now that you can.
And
you've been vaping for years, right?
Yeah, and know that the Plumes of Hazard aren't going anywhere.
Hell no, we can sit here and talk about bullshit all day long. Hey, Bassy, guess what? I replaced my ice maker in my refrigerator.
Ooh.
Yeah.
With the same one?
Tore that biatch out. It broke. So my ice maker, it's one of those in the door ones.
Yep.
And it's got that tiny little ice cube tray, right? That goes,
Yep.
cracks it down on the thing. So that plastic thing sheared after years and years of owning this thing. And I pulled up the Googles and searched for my part number, or my model number rather, in my refrigerator, and found a place. Oh, I should give them a plug. I mean, nobody's gonna watch this, but if somebody ever did watch it, it would be cool. I don't think I have the link up. It was like Appliance Parts Pro, I think.
Oh yeah, with the white backgrounds with the lines on it on all the parts. Oh yeah, that's where I got mine.
Dude.
Yep.
It was super.
They were great.
It was great, and it was pretty. It was relatively straightforward to fix as well.
Yes.
So yeah, that was a lot of fun, and it works like a champ. It works better than it did before.
Those guys are legit. They have great pictures. Mm-hmm. They have great instructions. They have great measurements of the parts, because there's a lot of shit, that might look like it's gonna fit, but.
And mine apparently has two different. So one of the the big serial plug, right, that plugs in behind the panel. One of the secondary ones actually has. Apparently, there's two submodels of my refrigerator. One of them that has 6 plugs and 6 pins, and one that has 4. And it said, make sure to take your other one off and figure out which one of this is, so that way you buy the right one. And they had both of them in stock, but they didn't want you to buy the wrong one. I mean, that was great. It was really useful information. I would have never known, obviously, that there was 2 of them. Anyway,
I once was looking for a way to. I had a dryer that was just driving me insane because it was just screeching. It was a front loader, and the drum was just So I started looking, and there's these Teflon feet that the drum roll rides on, and no one had them, and the Appliance Parts Pro is who ended up having it. So I bought all kinds of shit from them. I bought my ice maker from them. I bought just weird little parts that just because you think about it, how many millions of these appliances are out there? That they know which parts are the ones that break.
Right.
Absolutely. So they just freaking stock them everything. So and what's good too is I don't know if you've ever used Rock Auto for buying any auto parts or pieces. RockAuto.com. So they're really cool, because you can put your vehicle make, model, and year, and you can have drop downs for all the parts, right? So you have the OEM part, you have the Denso part, you have the aftermarket part, so you could pick and choose, what you want. But the appliance place is like that, to where they have the diagrams, So when you say Kenmore, a refrigerator from 2003, this model, it's going to bring all the parts that are in it, and then you can just drop down to find, what you want. So
right. That's cool.
But
yeah. Props to those guys. I'm pleased to have my ice maker has been messing up for 3 years before it broke. Just all the ice hanging up in the hopper and stuff, and it's not working right. And ever since I plugged this thing in, it's perfect every time.
Lee said, if you let it squeak long enough, it goes away when the other one on the other side goes to. No, both of mine were gone, and it was just riding on metal. And I had, gas and stuff out in that garage. I don't need no sparking fucking drum. Dude, my power went down by $2 because I fixed that. The thing was probably just riding it. Yeah. when I put it on and I turned it on, I was like, I don't hear anything.
Right. It's not
Oh,
vibrating
that's
my
right.
whole house down.
That's how it's supposed to be.
Oh, you've never had
And-
a fridge with ice defect? Well,
Oh no, I mean I know what you guys are talking about. I've done like shit on. I've broken other people's water dispensers before when I was a kid.
Good job.
But yeah, just mainly because in my house, we had cabinets above the fridge, so that basically limited the height we had of the fridge. So we just classic freezer and top.
I do too, but my cabinets are really tall back there. They're tall enough for a full-size fridge.
Yeah.
Which means in order to get into the
Oh yeah,
cabinet,
you
need
got
a stool.
fucking big ass vaulted ceilings, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that I didn't. I did. I had many things. That was not one of them.
Yeah, ceiling's like 18 feet or something.
I had like 9-foot ceilings, ish.
enough to rub your knuckles on if you really wanted to.
No, it was too tall. Well, you might be able to touch 9 feet.
That's true.
You got some height on me.
Got some monkey arms. But no,
I think this ceiling's 8 feet high, and I can't touch it.
As a kid, I never had an ice maker in my refrigerator until I was probably like 14 or something like that when my dad bought the first one that had one in there. But even so, it was inside the freezer, like it wasn't out on a door for a long. I mean, I think I was out of in college before we had one of those at the house. The problem is, I think if I ever had to do this again, because I've regressed back to my youth of making ice in trays for like the last 6 months until I got around to trying to fix it. The thing that I'm hesitant though is these days I don't think I would buy one in the door again. The ones in the door are convenient, but the ones that just kick it into that big bucket down in the freezer below, that has to be better because it's in the freezer as opposed to in the door of the refrigerator that has to rely.
Oh, see, mine's in my freezer, and it just dumps to a bucket on the freezer door.
That's what I want to do. I think I want to get that one next time.
Yeah.
All these ones that are in the door is that it just never makes sense to me because you've got your fridge at like 36 or something degrees, and it's obviously quite cold, but it's not freezing cold. So it's got to pump air in from the freezer like up through those ductworks and the thing. I don't know. I don't think it works great.
Fanciness.
Yeah.
Just go back to like I still remember the freaking metal ice trays. You remember those that had the pull bar?
Yeah.
You know, you just had the pull bar and it was like, and then just dump everything out.
I still love using my plastic. I just do the diagonal twist, the Indian burn.
But then you gotta kind of like pop it on your hand and hope some of them turn outside.
They don't come flying.
Or like that last one you're trying to get out. And you're
it's melted, so it's stuck down in the bottom. Yeah, what a bitch of a butt. All right, so I think that's probably exhausted all of our home improvement news for this week. Next week we will be back.
I didn't even open my Amazon package. That's fine. I bought a new drum.
Next week we will be back. Same Plumes time, same Plumes channel. We love you guys. Thanks for coming out tonight. Don't get your panties too far in a wad. You'll be all right. I promise.
Jesus.
Poontang.